Hello, my name is Robert with Occupancy Boost. This is definitely a different video for me, but something that's really caught my interest. I've really seen a big difference in Booking.com over the last year and a half, 2 years, with respect to short-term rental properties. They've really expanded their back office to from what I really noticed when I go to set up a new hotel. There's a lot more questions in there geared towards short-term rentals, which have to be answered by hotels also. And, I think if I had a short term rental, I'd really take a good look at Booking.com. And there's a couple of reasons I want to cite here. First of all, Booking.com is actually larger than Airbnb. Their valuation right now, at the time of this video being shot, is around $80 billion. Airbnb is around $60 billion. And the reason Booking.com's valuation is so large is they own a lot of different companies, a lot of travel companies. They own Priceline, they own Kayak, and they also own Agoda. So that's going to give a person that has their property listed on Booking.com, is going to give them a wider net to cast. It's going to bring in more customers. So having all those different platforms, for somebody to advertise on is really, really a big deal. And it also, in my opinion, it's opening people up to that would typically book a hotel. It's going to open them up to book a short-term rental. It's going to bring new customers into them. It's not necessarily on Airbnb. I think people are going on there basically looking for a short-term rental. On Booking.com, I think most of the people on there are also looking for a hotel, but Booking.com steers them towards a short-term rental depending on what their choices are, and they do that through a filtered search. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what that looks like right after I'm done talking here on my screen share. It's very, very interesting. And Booking.com is more of a one-stop shop. They also own, in addition to Kayak and Agoda, they also own cheap flights. They also own rentalcars.com, excuse me. They also own Open Table. So that's a one-stop shop. And what that does, that brings customers back. Somebody going onto Booking.com, they're looking for a one-stop shop where they can book their airline, their rental car, and maybe, book a restaurant all at the same time instead of going navigating around at different sites. It's going to keep them coming back. So you're going to get a lot of repeat customers. You're going to get a wider range of customers, customers that are looking for that one-stop shop type of thing. And also, too, a great thing with Booking.com is there's no guest fees. There's no cleaning fees. There's no booking fees or anything like that. I know with a lot of the other channels out there, short-term rental properties, there's extra fees involved. With people pay on Booking.com, what you see is what they get. So I think that's definitely a big plus. So I want to switch to my screen here. My screen share. I want to show you guys, some of the filter searches and a little bit of the nuances of Booking.com that I think if I owned a short-term rental property, I'd take a really, really good look at listing my property on Booking.com. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, I want to start off in the promotions tab. I'm in the Booking.com Extranet, and I'm on the promotions tab right here. And if you just click on choose a new promotion, I want to show you guys what all the promotions and all the money that Booking.com spends on advertising for their partners. And you can see there's campaigns, there's targeted promotions you can run. And you can pick these promotions, or you can run a basic deal and just kind of customize the promotion to whatever you wanted to read. But what these do, more importantly, is Booking.com pushes these out to all their subscribers, and they have millions of subscribers. So when you run a promotion on here or you run one of their campaigns, you're going to get pushed out to all the people that sign up to get, emails from Booking.com. And I can tell you firsthand knowledge of working in these extranets for 6 or 7 years, running these really does work. You will definitely see an uptick in the amount of volume that bookings that you're receiving because of it. So the promotions, that's the only part I wanted to show you. Well, I guess one other area I want to show you too under this property tab here, the facilities and services. This is an area that I've seen change a lot over the last couple years. This is where you basically set up all the amenities for your property. And this area has grown exponentially over the last couple of years. It takes me a long time. Anytime I'm setting up a new hotel, this facilities and services tab. It takes me a long time to get the hotel set up because I have to run through a lot of amenities. And the reason there's so many amenities to click on here, like yes or no to, is because of all the vacation home rentals and all the apartment rentals that have sprung up over the past couple years, especially over the last year and a half. There's questions in there that have to be answered. So hotels have to answer those same questions that the apartment rentals and the vacation rentals have to answer. And I'm not going to run through all those, obviously. I mean, it takes a long time. This is probably where if you're setting up your vacation home or your apartment rental, this is where you're going to spend a lot of time. And it's basically just clicking on yes or no, but it's going to run down all the amenities that your facility offers. So I'm going to go over to booking.com here and just do a search. And as you can see here, I'm in Atlanta right now. And right off the bat, this filtered section, now I can tell you about 75% of the people that go in to booking.com to book a room are going to do a filtered search. And then what I mean by filtered search here on the left-hand side, all these filters here, they're going to go in and they're going to specify, they're going to narrow down their search. So if I go into Atlanta just as a regular search, there's almost 400 properties in Atlanta. But if I want to narrow it down, instead of scrolling through 397 hotels or properties, if I want to narrow my search down, I can go here, and the first thing that shows up is an apartment home, entire home or apartment. So if you've got a vacation property, you're going to show up here if somebody clicks on that. If they don't click on that, there's a lot of other options down here that give your property an opportunity to show up. I'm not going to run through all the filters here because there's well over 50, but I am going to go down here to the bottom, and this is one thing I really want to point out, these kitchen amenities here. If you click on kitchen amenities, it narrows your search down to 187 properties. So you go from 397 to 187. Now, most apartment rentals and vacation rentals have kitchen amenities, so you're cutting out a large majority of the hotels by clicking on kitchen amenities. And the reason I want to bring that up is you might have a customer on here that is not interested in renting a vacation home or apartment, but when they click on these filters and narrow down their search to what they're really looking for, and your property shows up, they're probably going to end up booking you. And this is how a lot of bookings happen. And I think this is why, if I had a vacation rental or an apartment rental, I would definitely, list it here on booking.com. For this reason, in addition to the reasons that I cited at the beginning of this video. And, you keep scrolling down here. It's got more stuff related to the kitchen, such as, kitchen, kitchenette, bathtub. There's bathtub on there. Now, washing machine, I know a lot of apartments and vacation rentals have washing machines, so hotels don't have this stuff. So if I were just to click on washing machine, if I was a guest or a family on here looking for a place with a washing machine and I clicked on there, it's going to narrow my search down to 106 properties from 397 to 106. But look what it does. It starts showing those apartments and those vacation rentals. So you can see how powerful this is to have your property. I keep saying hotel because I'm used to working with hotels, but to see how powerful it is to have your facility listed on here, your vacation rental or your apartment. I mean, it makes a big difference, and these filter searches are really where it's at. So if you run a promotion and you've got all the amenities that a hotel doesn't have, like wash machine, kitchen type of appliances, and that type of stuff, you're going to take a customer that would typically book a hotel, and they're probably going to book your vacation rental. Now, I went over to a bigger city like that for Houston and did a search too. So Houston's got a much bigger city than Atlanta. There's 645 properties listed in Houston, but if I go down here, the first couple searches that you hit are entire apartment homes, or entire homes or apartments, and of course the same amenities, the same filtered amenities show up down here too, like kitchen amenities. It narrows your search down from 645 to 330, and then of course the other information too, the other amenity information too. So, I mean, the thing I wanted to point out of, if I had a vacation home or an apartment rental, I would definitely list my property on here. Booking.com pays a lot of attention to that. You can just see from, being in the Extranet, the back office of Booking.com, and all the different amenities that you have to click on that your facility offers, that's going to give your customers a choice and give those people a choice that are on there. It's going to steer a lot of your typical hotel bookers to book an apartment or a vacation home, which I think is great for a vacation home or an apartment owner that is advertising on here, because that's really what you want to do. You want to increase your customer base. So if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do have a lot of great videos on my channel that are geared towards hotels, but a lot of the stuff that I talk about will apply to apartment rentals, because I do spend a lot of time on my videos going through the back office of Expedia and Booking.com, that extranet area there. And the training there, I think, is invaluable, because it's going to give you guys a really good insight on how to navigate around on that huge extranet, and how to get your vacation home or your property, better advertised and better set up on these channels. Please like this video, and like I said, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks.